news program coming to you here on Canal Algérie, and in today's major headlines. The President of the Republic allots 10 billion dinars to compensate citizens hit by the recent bad weather and instructs teaching English in primary schools starting from the third year. The President of the Republic congratulates his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan for his re-election in Turkey. Under the aegis of the President of the Republic, the first scientific conference on food security in the Arab world kicks off in Constantine province in the presence of national and foreign experts. Good evening and welcome back. Today's beginning is with the Council of Ministers' meeting, which was chaired over by the President of the Republic, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Minister of National Defense. This meeting was crowned with important decisions related to citizens hit by the recent floods, as well as teaching English in primary schools. Nilisa Kebash with more details.
The President of the Republic decided to allot immediately 10 billion dinars from the Natural Disaster Fund to help those hit by the recent bad weather. To this effect, he stressed the urgent need to swiftly implement this decision. Anyone who has lost their home will be rehoused within 48 hours. All buildings affected by the floods will be rebuilt within 1 week. The roads damaged will be also rehabilitated. As for regions with difficult access, the President of the Republic ordered the immediate deployment of buses so as to ensure transportation of students to schools. He also granted an allowance to the benefit of fishermen affected by the floods, which will be allocated until ports are repaired to help fishermen. Regarding those who lost their boats, the state will also take in charge their damage. The President asked the Interior and Solidarity Ministers to extend his sincere condolences to the families of the victims. Regarding the English language, a decision was taken during the Council, that of teaching English in the third year in primary schools, while hiring teachers of that language by September 2023. The President ordered also to speed up the hiring of master and PhD holders. Another decision was taken in the finance sector concerning the public procurement code, which will be displayed for the first time on approved electronic sites.
In other news, the President of the Republic congratulated his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan for his election for a new term in the following message. It is a source of pleasure and joy on the occasion of the renewal of confidence in your honorable person by the brotherly Turkish people. I address to you on my behalf and on behalf of the Algerian people the warmest and most sincere congratulations, wishing you more success in your noble mission in the service of the Turkish people. Your election for a new term at the head of the Republic of Turkey reflects the popular rallying around your good governance and the absolute support for your wise leadership on the path of sustainable development to overcome major regional and international challenges, and a recognition for all the efforts you have made at the service of the Turkish people. I would like to seize this opportunity to hail the deep relations between our countries, which encourage us to continue working together to consolidate coordination and consultation in order to further promote them to higher levels, and that reflecting also the aspirations of our brotherly peoples in light of the results of the first meeting of the High Algerian-Turkish Cooperation Council held in Ankara in May of 2022. Reiterating my sincere congratulations and the best wishes for success, please accept my heartfelt feelings of respect, concluded the President of the Republic. And Recep Tayyip Erdogan, President of Turkey for another term after beating his rival Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu in the runoff. Ines Kulu gives us the latest of these tough elections.
The Turkish president is back for a third term after more than 2 decades in power, with more than 52% of the vote against 47.7% for his opponent, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu. Incumbent President Recep Tayyip Erdogan was declared the winner of the runoff of the presidential elections, which witnessed a record turnout of 90% of the Turkish people who massively headed for the polling stations to elect their president and bring about the change they had hoped for. The increased turnout denotes their strong desire to play an active role in the political life of their country. In the first round of the elections held on May 14th, the turnout was 87.04%, and the incumbent President Erdogan was considered the favorite for the second round after obtaining 49.52% of the votes cast against 44.88% for his opponent.
In a different context, the first scientific conference on food security in the Arab world kicked off on Sunday. Organized under the aegis of the President of the Republic, the event is hosted by the National Higher Institute for Biotechnology in Constantine Province and was attended by a number of experts in the field. This important conference aims to propose modern technological studies and solutions to the profit of the Arab world. Speaking at the opening ceremony, the General Director of the Arab Center for Ozone Studies said that cereal production does not exceed 60 million tons or 42% of the region's need, whereas the participants stressed the necessity to strengthen the Arab skills to meet the different challenges of the sector. Securing food security is fundamental for all countries, and to achieve this, the Algerian authorities are racing against the clock to develop agriculture on the basis of scientific research. More details with Ines Kilo.
Food security is secured when all citizens or inhabitants of a country have physical and economic access to a balanced diet sufficient to lead a full and active life.
When it comes to food security, Algeria has chosen to intervene in both supply and demand, first by supporting national agricultural production and importing foodstuffs to bridge the gap in national production, then by subsidizing the prices of basic foodstuffs such as cereals, milk, sugar and vegetable oil by setting price ceiling.
Cette sécurité alimentaire est un acquis.
This food security is an achievement for which Algeria paid a heavy price. If we are today secured in terms of food security, it's because we have agriculture that goes fairly well and a public policy that guarantees the availability of food.
The results are in. We have seen a significant increase in the food intake of Algerians. Virtually, there is no undernourishment, and Algeria has been classified as one of the most food-secured countries in the world. For the development of national agricultural production, technological solutions exist as researchers provide solutions.
I know we have competences, we have researchers who put in a lot of efforts, even if they don't always have the resources they need. But to achieve long-term food security, we in this organization must be in a daily contact with the scientific world.
It is vital to secure production and import of foodstuffs, but no less important to improve crop yields through technologies, to promote premium products of excellence such as dates and olives intended for export, and to adopt an agroecological approach to preserve ecosystems with the ultimate aim of achieving sustainable development that will ensure food security for future generations.
Representing the President of the Republic, the Speaker of the National People's Assembly, Ibrahim Boughali, is in the Nigerian capital, Abuja, to take part in the swearing-in ceremony of the Nigerian President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Abroad, the right of the Sahrawi people to self-determination was once again reiterated during the annual seminar for the Decolonization Committee. In Bali, the present members voiced their unwavering support for the Sahrawi cause, and for his part, Algeria's permanent representative for the UN, Ammar bin Jama, indicated that very little progress has been made in the decolonization process. Still with the international news, the Spanish authorities opened an investigation following reports of casualties among a group of sub-Saharan migrants. The migrants were targeted by Moroccan soldiers as they tried to reach the Canary Islands from Africa. According to a report from a group of migrants, Moroccan forces opened fire on more than 40 of them as they tried to leave on board of a dinghy. To sports now, US Algiers secured a 2-1 victory over the Tanzanian side of Young Africans in the first leg of the Confederation Cup final. The guys of Abdelhaq bin Sheikha have to manage the away game scheduled here in Algiers to snatch this continental trophy. Ines Najah Diyar has the full story.
2 goals, 2-1. A meritorious win for the USM Algiers in the first leg versus Young Africans of Tanzania in the African Confederation Cup competition, thanks to their strong determination and national pride. The two teams started the match under great pressure, also with a will to score in the first moment of the game. Both had their chances that were dangerous to the guys of Abdelhaq bin Sheikha, who brilliantly managed to ward off these attacks and scored their first goal in the 32nd minute by Ayman Mahyous to their great of their fans. This goal relieved the Algerian team, who kicked off the second half with more confidence and positive energy. In the minute 82, Young Africans equalized, but the USM Algiers managed to score the winning goal 2 minutes later by Islam Maghili. The Susara guys have to manage the away game to snatch the African trophy eagerly for the Algerian football lovers after the knocking out of Algeria's representatives in the African Champions League contest.
And with this well-deserved victory, we come to the end of today's program. Thank you for tuning in, and goodbye.